This is the next speaker. She is an absolute powerhouse queen at what she does. Not only, it's like everything she does to her best, 110%, and results prove it. From a news anchor to creating her own coaching company to hitting the high ranks in direct sales. She knows what she's talking about. She's created a ton of success because of Instagram. She's a queen of Instagram. And so those of you who are on Instagram, want to be on Instagram, you're going to get a whole wealth of knowledge right now as I bring up the one and only, the amazing, beautiful Molly Trotter.
All right. Everybody stand up. Let's get up. Stand up. All right, let's get up.
I'ma get it. That's for sure. I envision, then I go. I don't never look back on the go. Pray hard and then I work, and that's for sure. I'ma get it.
So are you guys excited to be here? I was not convinced on that at all. Are you excited to be here? All right, so first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to all of you, last standing warriors, troopers. Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back, round of applause, whatever you want to do. And then I am just super blessed to even be on this stage, and I want to say a huge, huge thank you to Adam, Brianna, Frank, the people who put on this event. Thank you so much, you guys. This is such a beautiful event, and I'm just really excited to share with you what I've learned about Instagram. So go ahead and take a seat. And it's just a really exciting time to talk about Instagram. So first and foremost, what I'm going to be sharing with you is just how to tell your story on Instagram. Because how many of us, show of hands, are caught up in reading other people's stories and caught up in their own business rather than focusing on ours? I'll raise my hand because I can get caught up in other people. So if I'm the only one, okay, cool. Then I'll just be speaking to myself. It's all good. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get this going. Awesome. So what I want to really start with is who in the room feels overwhelmed by Instagram? There's a lot of features, there's a lot of different buttons, there's a lot of things you got to click through, like how do we run it, what do we post here, and what is that I really want to share with you is how so many people have been able to make 5, 6, 7, even 8 figures online by using this simple platform right here. Without having to actually talk to people face to face, you can use just the online system. Who's interested in that? More people, maybe you don't have to talk to them, you can stay behind the keyboard. Yeah. I call those keyboard warriors, so let's make sure we're good ones, you know what I mean? Putting out good, valuable content. So going into this, I really love this quote when I came across it, and I look at it almost every day. Being wanted feeds the ego, but being valued feeds the soul. And I really want you to marinate on that for a second because so many people online are so interested about the clout. They want all the recognition. They want to be the professional. They want to be that point person. But are you providing value to your audience? Are you providing value to your viewers? That is what's key. Because you're going to find a lot of people out there that may have the followers, but guess what? They could have bought them. And you look at their content, and it's not that good. Would you actually follow that person, and do you want what they have? So think of, instead of your ego, check that. Make sure you're providing value first, because that's what you want to lead with first. So that's really going to be a huge point I'm going to hit on in this presentation. And then I found myself doing this. I'm sure a lot of you have as well. We all are starting at different chapters. We're at different chapters in our lives. There's a lot of age range in this room. Some of us are just starting. We're in our early 20s. Some of us are, kind of getting in the middle of things, getting things moving along. And others of us are, have 6, 7-figure businesses that are in this room just looking to spice things up. Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20 because they had to start where you started at some point. So just always keep that in check. If you find yourself being like, gosh, this person has like 100,000 followers, like what do I do? I got to get there. Maybe drop in that person's DMs or direct messages and ask them. Instead of comparing, ask questions how you can get there for your business and whatever your mission is. So I want to address this main elephant in the room. How many of us think you got to have like tens of thousands of followers to have influence? Anybody? Yes, maybe. Like the more followers you have or the more friends on Facebook you have or the more views or subscribers, people are going to listen to you. Well, I'm going to tell you this. That actually is not true because at the end of the day, if you have one follower, you have influence over that one person. So think about the person who went to Steve Jobs and discovered him, or Oprah Winfrey and discovered her, or Grant Cardone. If that one person didn't reach out to those specific people, they wouldn't have impacted the millions of people that they have. So never like be caught up in the, okay, I got to get the followers, I got to get the likes, I got to get the comments, all that stuff. It's good for business and that's great to have, but you always got to start with your content. And again, here's why. Content over clout. So what is your messaging? Who are you? What do you want to give to people? Because you always have to give in order to get. If you're on social media just wanting to, sell, and have people buy, they're going to feel that because guess what? Everybody's doing that. So what sets you apart? So your content over clout. And this can be on Instagram, Facebook, any social media content, anywhere. This is what's going to be good because everybody wants the followers and the interactions, but you got to have that good content in order to retain people. Number 2 is my favorite, vulnerability and authenticity. How many of us are kind of scared to put ourselves out there? Kind of, maybe, yes. It's a scary thing to put your story out there. We've heard a lot of really great stories on this stage, and a lot of those stem from pain and really just hard moments in our life. But guess what? That's relatable to a lot of people. So the more you can be open about your journey, how you started, where you're going, and even if you're not where you want to be just yet, that's okay. People want to see the journey too. A lot of us want to just rush the middle part, get to the end, and be like, hey, look, I made it, 7 figures or 6 figures, or whatever it is that you want. You got to be allowed to show people the journey, even the painful parts, because there's a lot of learning lessons for people to learn from you in that. And then intentionality, purpose-driven messaging. So every time, what I'm going to show you is when you get on social media, we're on these apps all day long, you guys, checking to see who's doing what, who's vacationing where, who's making what kind of money, who's getting married, whatever's on your feed. But you want to have purpose-driven messaging so when people come to your posts, they see something of value that pops out that they can take away for themselves. Because we're human, we're selfish. We want to take before we give. So if you use that mindset on Instagram or any social media platform that you're going to give far more times than you're going to get, by the time you're getting something from somebody, it's going to be that right somebody and that right person to join your business or that right customer that could lead you to that person that explodes everything, because you never know. So that's how you create a real audience, sharing what matters to you. So before I really dive into like how that's going to work, can I share my story quickly? I know Kim did a great job of introducing me, but I want to tell you who Molly Trotter is because I've had quite the journey before I entered on this stage. So as Kim mentioned, I was a TV news anchor and reporter, and I did that for 5 years. So back when I was a news anchor and reporter, we had to put out our stories, put out our messaging to get people to watch us. And just a poll in the room, who actually watches TV anymore? I heard all of you. What's TV, right? IGTV, right? Or Facebook Live, the new television series, right? Netflix. So yeah, you guys are kind of, the energy went down when we talked about TV. And I just want to hear, you can just shout it out quickly. Why don't you watch TV anymore? It's negative, time waster, political. I keep hearing Netflix. You guys are funny. You want Netflix instead? All right. Sucks your energy? Yes. All the above. So for myself, I had to get up. So the top picture, that's me working the morning show. So I'd have to get up at 2 a.m. to get up at 2 a.m. to be ready to look like that, to be on air at 5. And then from 5 to 9 I was on, and then they usually held me over for overtime. So I basically got up at 2, finished work at 2, had to be in bed by 7. These are in my early 20s. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was great. So, the relationships out the window, I barely had enough gym time. Take care of yourself and talk about health. I didn't have health issues, but you were tired all the time. Pump yourself with, I tried not to do caffeine, but you're just constantly exhausted. Every day, Monday through Friday. So that top picture, I have to be bright, cheery. I have a lot of energy, so they always put me on the morning show, but it was exhausting. And it was fun, but the reason why I got into this is because I wanted to give people a voice. Every time I watch TV, I'm like, why are you on there? What are you talking about? This is no. So I thought I could go in there and try to shake things up. Well, TV is its own monster. Corporate America, as we know, is its own monster. And every time I would try to imagine a candle in a room, but there's a fan always trying to blow it out. That's how I felt. I was that candle, I was that light, but every time I was trying to blow it out, and I'm just like, it just got exhausting after 5 years. It was really exhausting. But during my TV stint, I was really blessed to be able to have some time on ESPN, the bottom picture there, covering some handball tournaments. That was super cool. I wanted to be in sports specifically, but to be very honest with you, I actually chose not to do sports because it's a very objectifying industry as a female reporter. And I wasn't trying to be in that position and just like constantly be in that wheelhouse. So at the end of the day, what I was really grateful for is in 2015, I was introduced to network marketing, digital sales, just for products, but then it actually opened my eyes to something bigger. Little did I know, in 2017, I'd post a before and after picture of a transformation I did for my own body, and then I got fired because of that transformation photo. And I was like, wait, what? What? I was like, this is on my own profile, my own people. They're like, well, viewers don't know the difference, and they gave me the list of reasons as to why they wanted to fire me. And I said, okay, all right. And for me, I knew it was a burden that was lifted off my shoulders. It was just a matter of pivot. What do I do next? But it was one of those things where you bust your butt. How many of you bust your butt for what you're doing now? And if somebody were to just rip it out from under you, you'd be pretty pissed, right? Yeah, so I was like really irritated that they fired me off something off my own profile, gave me some BS reason as to like, well, viewers don't know the difference. And I said, well, viewers also don't pay my bills. And then they're like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm like, okay, whatever. Give me my box. I'm going to pack up my stuff. I'm out. And so I was out. But 2 weeks before that, a gentleman that I thought I was going to marry that asked my parents for permission to marry me found out that he cheated on me. So I had that. 2 weeks later, I got fired. And then my life basically started from scratch. So I was like, okay, what do I do? Thank God that I found network marketing, and I was in that already getting some, momentum rolling. And I decided, I was in Spokane, Washington at the time, and I said, okay, what are we going to do? And I was born in Newport Beach, always wanted to move back to California, so I packed up my car, whatever didn't fit, I sold, and I moved to Orange County with $2,000 in my bank account. So talk about stressful, right? That did not last very long. I slept on a lot of couches, borrowed a lot of things, and I had family members and my best friend really help me and take care of me, because out of all places, I wanted to move to one of the most expensive places in the country. But it's okay, it works out, here I am, right? It's all good. But a lot of this, like big time. So I'm really grateful for my time in television because it gave me a lot of really great skills to be able to connect with people and to really see what matters. But I'll tell you what, I will write a book on what it's like behind the scenes with TV, and it'll blow a lot of your minds because people have no clue. That top picture, me being a fill-in anchor, working crazy hours, as you know, $33,000 a year, you guys. I know, right? Mind explosion emoji, for real. Like, that was like, it was insane. I'm just like, why am I doing this? So anyways, fast forward, I know you guys are all like, what? No way. I know, way. It's terrible. I actually had to open up 3 credit cards in order to survive just to get groceries, put gas in my car, go home for Christmas to see my family if I wasn't working as an anchor on Christmas. So yeah, it's a lot of grind. So when you look at somebody on television, don't just be like, oh, they're pretty, they're done up, they have it made. No, I actually feel for them because imagine this. Imagine like a puppet and the strings and the puppeteer above you, that's the news. The news owns you. They own your look. They own how you sound. If they don't like it, they'll cut you. Obviously, they did for me. But I'm blessed that they did because at the end of the day, they actually set me free to do what I really am meant to do, and that's help people on a much bigger scale. Thank you. Yeah, so it gave me a lot. So I was, the term salty, I was upset earlier. I was like, oh my gosh, these people. But then I'm like, thank you. So at some point, I'll probably walk back into the news station and shake my old news director's hand being like, thank you for firing me because you did me the biggest favor that I couldn't do for myself. And sometimes you need that, So anyways, moving on. Outside of the news, in the middle of this, I loved helping people with nutrition and fitness, so I started creating my own nutrition and fitness company. That was a presentation that I did for a large corporation out in Vegas, just teaching people about health and nutrition because I feel you got to take care of your body first. You take care of you first and go help other people. So that was a really big thing for me. But transitioning 7 years later from when I started to news to now what I get to do is I have my Instagrowth Mastery course, which drops on Monday, and I'm giving you guys a sample here today as to what that's going to be to really help use Instagram as one of your most powerful business tools. And again, I've been using Instagram since I was in the news. So from news to network marketing to now, and really leveraging all the features that it has because it's such a powerful tool, you guys. And I want you to write this down. Instagram is actually the second largest SEO. And what that means is that there is a lot of people on Instagram. So if you want like endless leads and people to connect to, that's what I'm going to help you work through to get people, the right people, into your business and into your life. That's what's key. And then also, I'm a huge proponent of multiple streams of income. So I'm so blessed to be able to work with Adam. I have other things on the side as well. I'm really big into investing and just really being able to grow my net worth, because I'm a huge proponent of this. Your network is your net worth. So write that down if you don't know it. But guess what? All these people in the room, you guys are all people that decide to pour into yourselves, which is then going to have a ripple effect into your own business. And you're going to be able to help so many people because you're here on a Sunday. And I know you're tired. Make sure you get some coffee and you guys, get some energy flowing. But at the end of the day, like, you've chose to be here. Well, most people will be sleeping in, watching whatever, or maybe even hungover from the night before. So, like, good job to you. So moving on here. Here's the thing. How can your story be profitable? I love this quote, and I was just thinking about this. Your story is made to be mentorship to somebody else. What does that mean? You don't have to be the Grant Cardone. You don't have to be the Gary Vee. You don't have to be making multiple 6, 7 figures in order to share your story and help other people. Because everybody needs a different step in their life. They don't always need to look at the Gary Vee and compare themselves to Gary Vee's chapter 20 when they're in chapter 1. They want to watch somebody else in the come up. And if that's you, don't be afraid to share that, the ups and the downs. Just make sure you're providing value to other people. So your story, no matter where you're at, is mentorship to somebody else, and how you choose to share that is your own story, but just make sure you share that. Because honestly, if you don't, it's kind of selfish, because you worked through a lot of things, and other people need to know those steps. So write it out. Get on Facebook Live. Do a recorded video. Whatever you need to do, because a lot of people need what it is that you went through. A lot of people. Trust me, when I'm on this stage talking about the news, I knew at some point after that whole firing, I'd be talking about it, and I was like, man, not now. I'm still really fired up. Like, I can't talk about it for a while because I was still angry. I had to heal from that because obviously there was a lot of healing, a lot of brokenness from that. But I'm so grateful for my ex that cheated on me, that chose that path. I'm grateful that I was fired. And I'm grateful I'm here now sharing that with you, just to know that we all go through stuff, and you got to be able to share it to be able to help other people. So that's what I'm grateful for. All right, but we're gonna bring it down to some specific tools to help you guys in your business. So take notes, take pictures, whatever it is you gotta do. But here are the 3 things that will make your Instagram one of the most powerful business tools in your arsenal. How to create daily incoming leads and sales, powerful content to build retention, and how to grow your Instagram influence and following. Who wants that? Let's hear some noise. Make some noise if you want it. Oh, come on, that's it? You don't wanna make money? All right. Now I'm convinced. All right, perfect. Okay, so you're likely saying to yourself, what kind of content? How do I create these leads? And what do I need to do to grow my influence and following on Instagram? So you want to be able to you want to ask yourself, when somebody's hopping on my page, Facebook or Instagram, doesn't matter, because I actually repurpose both. So if you guys are on Facebook and you're wanting to get on Instagram, I literally copy and paste from one app to the other, whatever one I decide to start with. Because it's great to be able to have multiple places that you post your content. So what do you want people to see about you? Don't worry about your neighbor. Don't worry about what Gary Vee's doing, Grant Cardone, scrap all that. You. Like, when I come to your page, what do you want me to see about you? So I want you to take 5 minutes. If we can have some nice little music in the background, that would be awesome, Rico. But take 5 minutes and write down, what do you want people to see about you? Not what you think they want to see. Who are you, and what do you want to share? So take 5 minutes, write that down. Talk about it with your neighbor. Just make sure you're doing something. Some more time. Maybe another 60 seconds, 30 seconds. All right, we'll do 30. Up here, I'm like, 5 minutes, I'll go by quick. It really takes forever, actually. I want to get this moving. I just want to give you guys enough time to get out your ideas and stuff. Because if you don't do it now, will you actually do it later? Because how many of us actually go back and look at these notes and write things down? Real talk. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, I need to take notes from you to do that, because I even struggle with that. Because you get moving, So, okay. Everybody good? Good? Cool. Awesome. So what stood out to you when you wrote these things down about yourself and what you want people to see? Maybe star something, being like, hey, this really stood out to me. I think this is going to be really important. And then what are you going to change from what you're doing now to what you wrote down? Meaning, how are you going to show that? How are you going to share that? How are you going to implement that? Because you can write it down, oh, cool, we got done with the exercise, but are you actually going to do it? Don't waste your time. And don't waste their time, because people are out there searching for you and what you have. And if you're not fully in alignment with your purpose and actually out there sharing with people, people are missing out on you and maybe missing out on their purpose because you're too scared to share. Think about that. I was that person. I was stuck in the news for 5 years and people couldn't find me. And now they can find me because I'm out there putting all my stuff out there on Instagram, Facebook, and just being out loud with my purpose and story. And maybe that's not you per se, but you're probably thinking there's ways that I can do it. So obviously that's what I'm here to share as far as Instagram goes. So this has to be, aside from sharing what you can do for your business to draw in leads, this is my favorite part. Because you can find people that are gonna bring followers to you, bring people to you, but how are you going to retain them? The content is so key, you guys. The content is so key, and it has to be real and raw. So how do you find that content that's actually gonna draw people in? And I'm gonna give a quick story. When I was in the news, again, I was like that light that everybody tried to keep blowing out, and it was really exhausting. And it was funny because I think it was kind of a metaphor. After a while, they ended up sticking me in the corner. So I had my own corner in like the office where it's like I got to see everybody else, but then I could turn away and kind of do my own thing. So I literally could just sit there and observe everybody. And when you are like key on personal development, you start become really aware of like people's, I call them conversations of just like, how are they feeling? What's their body language? Are they, up? Are they down? Whatever. So I got to like observe everybody. And people are like, why are you staring at me? I was like, oh, sorry. I'm just watching. And so if I stare at you, it's not you. I'm just observing. So my bad if you experienced that. But I did not have somebody that I could look up to as far as mentorship goes in my life. Nobody. Love my parents. They weren't it. Nobody around me could help me. I felt like I was just like, where are these people? So luckily, the first company I got in, there was this absolute queen. Her name is Emily Vavra. Started following her on Instagram, Facebook, and just based off what she was posting, the images, how those were captivating, the content, I would look at her content, and then it's called reverse engineering. So here's the finished product, but how did she get there? She didn't just come up with this on her own. Like, she spent lots of time and money investing into people, investing into her, right? So she could come up with this deep content that when you read her stuff, you're like, whoa, that's real. And that spoke to me, and it made you feel some type of way. And how many of you guys follow somebody that has stuff that really speaks to you, and you're just like, I can't wait to read their next post or read their next blog or read their next whatever, or maybe even people up on the stage, and you want more. It's like you're a sponge. You're like, gimme, 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 because again, we're selfish, right? Gimme, gimme. Like, you got to give. So for her, I've never even met her in person, only online. And I've talked to her a few times online. I've even told her this. I'm like, because of you, like, that's where I started. I started following her, kind of copying what she did, reverse engineer it, and now a lot of stuff you see what I do is because I followed somebody else, my online mentor. And that's one of the things on the list. So if you're making the excuse, I don't have somebody around me to help me, to show me, or maybe you don't know what kind of program to get into to help yourself, go find people online and find their content, but take it and then you make it part of your personal development, but do a lot of self-reflection as to why did that speak to you, what stood out? And you might be like, well, I didn't know this was a personal development conference. I thought this was about Instagram. You guys, this is a part that I really love because if you're going to draw people to you, want the right people in your business, you got to have that content that's going to keep them there. I know there's a couple of people in this room that do really, really well with their content. When I read it, I'm like, wow, I just mentally was just so woke by that I'm like, how can I get more of that? Because I know that when I put that out there, I have like 26,000 followers on Instagram. Guess what? All those people that decide to come to my page, they're going to see that. So it's not just about me. It's the ripple effect of what I put out there. So it's way bigger than you. And if you look on my Instagram, it's Molly_Trotter. You're going to see that hashtag everywhere. It's bigger than me because it is, because it's not just about you. It's the people that need you, that need to find you. So how do you get that content that's going to speak to them? Daily personal development, spiritual development, self-reflection, mentorship, online mentors, masterminds, and events just like these. Because I can guarantee you guys have got a lot of gems from a lot of the speakers that are here. So being able to sit back, maybe star a few things, and be like, okay, what did I really learn from this? And then post about it. That's what's going to be key. All right, bonus. Who wants bonus? Who likes free? I like free. If it's free, it's for me. Let's do it. So photography. So professional photography versus using your iPhone or a good camera. Yeah, so there are a lot of different tricks because there's so many photographers out there. You can find some for cheap, take some pictures. That's key. But you guys, we have, with the right lighting and the right phone that's like decent. I mean, iPhones are great. Sorry, I'm an iPhone user. If you're an Android, I'm sorry for your loss. But you want to make sure that you have the right lighting and the right pictures to be able to draw people in because people are just going to like your stuff just by the way it looks before they read your content. So you can't really see this that well, but out of all these pictures, which can you tell is done by a phone and which can you tell is done by a photographer? How many think the middle picture is done off a phone, or how about professional photography for the middle picture? Dang it, I'm not good at this. All right, yeah, that was my phone. How about the one where I'm holding my hair like, wow, today has been absolutely insane. Anybody feel like that sometimes? I took that picture and I got a lot of engagement. I was like, this is great. Phone or professional photography? Go ahead and shout it out. Good mix. All right, all right. That's actually done by my phone in a ring light, so you get good lighting. And then obviously the one on the end, that's professional. So when it's darker, you can kind of see it's a little bit more clear of a visual. But the whole thing is, guys, you can use your phone, bright lighting, ask somebody, hey, can you take a picture real quick? If you're looking good that day, just be like, yo, I'm feeling it. Can you take a picture? And then give a good caption, and then post it up, and that's okay. It's all right. If you're feeling good, guess what's going to come off on your post? Hello. You got to have that good vibe to attract that good energy and the people that you want in your business. So never be afraid to be you, no matter how crazy, weird, dorky, funky, scary. It doesn't matter. Be you, because you're going to attract those people that are supposed to be in your circle. So don't be afraid of that. Don't try to be picture perfect. And I'm speaking to myself when I say that, because that's a constant thing all the time. And that's okay. We're not perfect, and we get to work through things all the time. So we're putting you to the test now. Here's another exercise. We're going to take a few minutes, and you get to choose the platform you want on Instagram. So whether it's Instagram Live really quick, and I suggest if you're scared to do the live, jump on, even if it's for a few minutes. I know most people are like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I've never been on Instagram Live. Or your Instagram story. Share value that you've gotten from this event. And now I'd love to see you guys put the hashtag BCA brand. You can tag myself, tag Adam. We'd love to see what you guys are getting from this event, so we can, be able to share that with other people. Because one thing that I really want to suggest for all of you is get content while you're here. Put that out on your story, Facebook, Instagram. And then, like I said, tag Adam or myself, because then now I'm going to show you how you can grow your audiences by tagging people and introducing people to different, networks and things like that. So go ahead, and we're going to take 3 to 5 minutes. Share something of value, but you got to sit right here. You can't go outside, get in your own little corner, and oh, no, I don't want anybody to see me. We're all going to see you, okay? We're going to see everybody. But give something of value on your story, on live, so people can see, hey, what are they doing? What is this about? That's going to pique curiosity, which then from that curiosity, you can ask what they do. If they're nice enough, they're going to ask what you do. And then that can go into a lead, and I'll get into that here in just a second. So 3 to 5 minutes, let's go. And guess what? You don't have to do it just now. You can do this on break. And I really recommend you guys, if you didn't figure it out during this 5-minute segment, go do it on break. And go share with your audience as to, well, these people are having fun over there. All right, great. This perfect. So if you did not get a chance to really do it, I gave you a short amount of time, so you really had to just get it and go for it rather than think about it. The more you think about it, you're probably not going to do it. Let's just be honest. So you can do that on break, but really share with your audience why you're here, what value you're getting, because maybe they're looking for something like that, or they just really like you because they maybe could care less about your opportunity and more about you, and they want to partner with you. That's what's going to be key. So just remember that. It's less about the opportunity, more about you, because they're going into business with you. They're buying you. They're not buying your shakes. They're not buying your services. They're not buying your products. They're buying you, to be honest. So perfect. Now, who's ready to get strategies to get more leads, make more money? Let's hear some noise if you want it. All right, again, that was weak. One more time. One more time. Let's hear if you want it. All right, awesome. So who would like to have unlimited leads? Perfect. You already know this. Okay, grow your business locally. Grow your business globally. Have warm leads come straight to you, no work. And then grow your Instagram following. Who would like that? Show of hands. All right. You guys are still awake. I love it. So I drew this out to show you inside of my course. Now, I'm not going to go over everything, but this gives you a snapshot of all the different components to really help your business grow, all in one platform, you guys. You don't have to go to multiple platforms. You can do it all on this particular one. And everybody's on here. Everybody's on Instagram. Now, if we've talked before and people are like, hey, do you have a business card? I tell people, no, I don't carry business cards because Instagram is my business card. Social media is your business card. Because guess what? If you have to go get another job, they're not going to ask for your business card. They're going to be like, rip it up. They're like, what is this? They're going to Google you. They're going to go on Instagram. And they're going to look being like, who are you? Do we like you? Do we not? So what kind of stuff are you putting out there? That's why I'm pushing that content piece. Because I want to see who are they going to be working with. Or people who want to do business with you. They're going to go on Instagram. They don't care about the business card. No offense to anybody who believes in those still. Those are great. But they usually end up in a bottom of a purse somewhere, in garbage, maybe on the floor. I mean, like, people will see it and they're done and over with. So take a picture of this. These are all the different components that I go over in my course as far as like how to really get your brand on point and draw people in. Perfect. So like I said, social media is your business card. Adam has a great one. So if you're not following Adam, IMOB Flores, check him out. Really, really great stuff. Has such a great looking profile, you guys. Very inviting, lots of value, informative. It's awesome. So let's launch right onto it. Proven growth strategies to increase your business and influence. So number one, who has used Instagram polls? All right, hands down. Who has no idea what I'm talking about? All right, perfect. So Instagram polls is when you go into Instagram and you click up into the little camera icon on the left-hand side, you'll see a bunch of different options. You can type something, you can take videos, you can put recorded videos in there. And then whatever it is that you choose, up in the right-hand corner, you have some options. And when you see drop-down menus, you can see polls. Now, polls are so great because, let me go to this example. What you can do, and I know this is kind of blurry, but what's great is that you can ask whatever question you want to ask. So, do you like to travel? Do you care about health? Do you want to make some extra income? You know, whatever question, you guys. And then you can type where it says yes or no. You can literally, I put sometimes yes or yes. Or more info, let's connect. So basically, it's a yes and a yes answer, and no matter if you click on it, or even if you accidentally click on it, guess what? You're getting a message from me no matter what. And I have people that accidentally click, like, I have people that have accidentally clicked, like, 7 to 10 times, and I'm like, so obviously you want to connect, and you keep saying this is a mistake. I really don't think it is. I think this is a divine appointment, and we need to chat. And then they're just like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, this is the 7th time, I know. But anyways. Point is that these are drawing people right to you. They're voluntarily saying, hey, I want to connect with you, even if they say yes or no. So if they say yes, being like, okay, perfect. Hey, I see, and I think I have a slide for that. Boom. Hey, thanks for connecting. I saw you voted on my poll. Are you open to more information? So obviously, if somebody said yes, this is what I would say back. Literally, you can copy and paste and send these back to all the people that voted. The people that would say no, I'd be like, hey, so you voted on my poll and you voted no. I'm just curious as to why. And you're still opening up that conversation. And now you're engaging with them. And that's what people want. They want you to engage with them, not talk at them, talk with them. That's what the whole Instagram Live, that's why I love it, because you're talking with people in real time. You're jumping on real time, chatting with them and whatever it is that you decide to talk about. So super powerful, you guys. So your stories will last 24 hours, and you can see this image on the right. You can see, I mean, it's kind of blurry since it's light in here. So whatever people vote, it'll show you the percentage of whoever voted for what. But guess what? It also shows you who voted, connects you to their profile, and now you can go see, hey, do I want to connect with this person or not? Are they a good fit for my business or not? So I'll give you one little tip here. You'll find a lot more people getting on your stories than actually liking your posts. And if you go on there and you follow up with each and every person, you're probably going to be pretty busy. But guess what? We want more leads, right? Connect to more people, right? Making more money, right? So if we spend time doing that, whether it's you, an assistant, whoever you choose to do that, such a powerful tool because people are just jumping on and watching. And you never know. And a lot of people are scared to ask, you guys. They're really scared to ask. They're just like, yeah, I've been watching you for a little bit, and I kind of want to connect. It's like, okay, perfect. Let's jump on a call. You know, because maybe they're just not, they don't have enough confidence to ask, but they need something, and you could be that person to open that door with whatever it is that you have. So super cool. Last on your story for 24 hours. Don't miss connecting, because after the 24 hours, it's gone. So you want to make sure that you're on it. Or for me, I'll even take like screenshots of the people that voted and go back to it later. So because if I'm too busy that day, like, thank God for the screenshot portion on iPhones. Like, it is a gem. All right. So this will bring you in free leads. You will connect with your target audience. You'll maintain visibility in your followers' feeds. That is key. There's millions of people on Instagram, so you want to make sure that you're always out in front. And you'll be using real-time marketing. So what's cool about that is that you're actually engaging with people in real time, especially with Instagram Live. Real time. You're not pushing something out and 3 weeks later you see what comes from it, right? Real time. Within 24 hours, you're connecting with people who have reached out and connected with you. And that's what's key. So how many got value from that, from the polls? Beautiful. Next strategy. This one's super, super cool, and Adam actually uses this a lot in our business to be able to connect with people. Live interview strategies. So this is on Instagram Live. And what's cool at this, remember me telling you I was in television, And honestly, I would probably wake up at 2 a.m., get on live at 5, from 5 to 9, super long time. By the way, did not have a camera person. I was my own camera person. Yeah. So I had to get out, get my own stories, set up my own, what they call a live shot. Sometimes this is like, 4 a.m. in the morning, especially if there's breaking news. Oh yeah, crazy. So just a lot of time spent. And for maybe 10 people to hop on in the morning. You don't know when it comes to TV who's actually watching, right? So you really don't know how far of a reach. What's great about this is you see 5, 10, 100, 500 people hop on, whatever. And don't be one of those like, oh, I may not have anybody hop on. I don't know if I want to do this. Again, if you have one person hop on, it could be that next Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey. You got to keep going because your audience will still grow. Because anytime you go live that hops up on, that puts you at the forefront of everybody else, as far as, what's on people's stories, I'm like, okay, why does Molly keep going live? Like, what does she keep talking about? Like, what is this? And eventually they're going to go to my profile. They're going to see what I'm about. They're going to see the value that I give, and then they're going to follow. So you just got to keep pushing, even if you only have a few followers, a few likes, it does not matter. Keep pushing. Because I know people who make 7, 8, 9 figures that have like 300 followers on Instagram. They're just not good with Instagram, but that doesn't mean they don't make money. But you want to be able to connect with people because this is the new age marketing, you guys. You want to connect. That's what they want from you. So anyways, with the live strategies, what's really cool is you can see the image here. Obviously, it starts with that girl, and then it has your picture, and it cuts in half and says, go live with. So anybody that hops on, you can add them into your live broadcast, and then it goes split screen. So now what you're doing is what you want to do beforehand. I should just start here. How you want to find people is if you know people already, and we have a script for this inside my course. If you know people already, how to connect with them and just have a conversation. Don't be salesy. Don't be weird. Just have a conversation. Why do you really want to do this? Hey, you know what? You do a little bit of what I do. Love your content. Love the value that you give. I think my audience would really be able to learn a lot from you, vice versa. What do you say about hopping on an Instagram Live, giving value to both their audiences? Because what happens is they both now merge when you go live. So it alerts her audience or his audience, hey, I'm going live with such and such, and now these people have a chance to check out your profile, follow you, and then you grow your influence and following and connect with more like-minded people. So I suggest finding people that have like 20,000 followers and above. You can really find anybody that you want. The more followers they have, the more people obviously hop on your page. And doing this once or twice a week. And this is just having a conversation with people, you guys. Doesn't have to be anything like super like official. Just make it clean. Make sure you have your content picked out, and then you're good to go. So again, when you go live, you connect with their audience, conduct these interviews about once a week, and watch your following grow organically. So I'm going to address the following part. Yes, you can go out there and find companies that you can buy followers from. Yes, you can find people who can draw a lot of either real followers or fake followers to your profile, so it looks like, hey, this person has 10,000 followers, 50,000 followers. And honestly, Instagram's engagement is all messed up. It's all over the board. So you really cannot tell these days. So at the end of the day, Instagram actually in other countries is scrapping the likes and saying, we're getting rid of that. We don't even want to look at that. They want to see the engagement, the comments. And then at the end of the day, it all boils down to content, you guys. It does not matter how many followers you have. You got to have the good content because people will find you. And then here's a bonus tip, hashtags. Anybody do not know what hashtags are? We know what hashtags are? Beautiful. So what I do in my phone, I'll write down like 20 hashtags that I'll copy and paste in the notes section on my phone and then put it into my posts. So then people will click on those hashtags and search. And when I'm constantly putting up the same hashtags, my posts are constantly being put into the search section so people can come find me. Because you have people that have nothing to do with their lives but search hashtags. I'm serious. You're just like, well, I'm not one of those people. But you want to be one of those people if you want to find the right people for your business. Hashtag entrepreneur, hashtag health. We got a question? Yeah. Hold on. So everybody can.
Yeah, because for a while, Instagram was actually punishing people for using hashtags, and they keep changing the algorithm. So are hashtags back in? Or
that is a great question. I hate the algorithms, but obviously we kind of have to be aware of it. At the end of the day, people still search. I still put it in. So whether I get punished or not, guess what? If you ding me on the amount of people that hit my posts, I'm not trying to appease you, Instagram. I'm trying to find people who want to work with me. So still put that in my opinion. You may find other people be like, no, you got to do this way, that way. I find people get so concerned about the algorithms that they stop posting and putting out what really matters. Yes, that matters. Yes, they run the show. And yes, they want you to pay to play so you can push your posts out and they can make more money from you. Yes to all that. But do you want to let Instagram run your business or do you want to run your business? Oh yeah, it's definitely a corporation. They want to make more money from us and they want to punish us for doing things that we thought we were supposed to do. 100%. But still, at the end of the day, people are still searching on hashtags, so I still put it out there. That's my opinion. You may find other people that say otherwise. Oh, we have another question? Beautiful. Johnny has a mic.
Do you put the hashtags when you put your post and you write whatever you're going to put, then you put hashtags, or do you put no hashtags there and you only put them after you post and then you go in and make a comment with all the hashtags?
I personally do comments in the comments with the hashtags because otherwise it makes it really messy and then it makes it really cluttered. You may see it otherwise for other people, but I want you to read my content because that's what matters, and the hashtags drop below. I see people do both. That's just a look that I have. I'll come in a second.
Molly, I have 4 questions, but they're very important. But they're not for IG, but they're very important. Can I ask them?
Yes, actually, give me 1 second. So let me get through this, and I have a Q&A at the end, and we only have a few more minutes, so we may have to talk about this outside. So yeah, sorry. But thank you. I'm glad you guys are engaging. This is great. Okay, so let's keep moving on here. So 4 major benefits of going live: visibility, urgency. People love it. Why are they going live? I need to know. FOMO, we got to figure this out. People want to jump on that kind of stuff. And there's just people literally, they do nothing but just, they're on the scroll hole. Scroll on Instagram, on Facebook, looking for something. And if you have a good image and good content, guess what? That could be the something they land on. And they could be that partner you're looking for, or you could change their life from whatever opportunity. You just never know what people are going through, guys. And then authenticity, key. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. And then engagement. Engage with your people. Engage with your people. Reach out to them. Connect with them. So why now? Over 1 billion active users on Instagram. Why not? That's a lot of people in one spot using certain strategies through my course. You'll be able to really navigate that. And then connect with so many more people. Because you can connect with 30 people in an hour, rather than if you met with one person, that's one person for an hour. So use these strategies to be able to connect with a lot more people. So the choice is yours on whether you want to get started now, if you want to wait. And now how much time do we have for questions? You guys got a card? Oh, 1 minute? Okay, yeah, no time. But guys, I'm super, super grateful to be up here and be able to share this with you. I'll be out in the hallway on break if you guys have questions. But please, let's connect on Instagram. Shoot me a message that you're at this event. Love to be able to support you guys and help your business grow. So thank you so much.